Since the dawn of humanity, man has feared the beasts and animals of the forests, mountains, and plains. The possibility that an animal could harbor the intelligence and cunning of a man was the ultimate in terror during a time of superstition and magic. They went by many names: the loup-garou, the lycanthropy, the werewolf, the werewolf. Werewolf legends and myths have withstood the test of time. Though vampires tend to dominate the media and oversaturate the genre of horror and paranormal fiction, the lycanthropy fascinates and terrifies us to this day. Legends of women and men who take on the forms of the most vicious and terrifying land predators that stalk the forests and hills permeate folklore in almost every country. What is it about these beastly folk that terrify and captivate the human mind? Today on Vintage Mysteries, we turn back the clock and look at two famous cases of werewolves. Though it is unknown exactly whom or what the Beast of Gévaudan, our first legend, actually was, most today agree that the beast was a wolf or wolf-dog hybrid of some caliber. The creature wreaked havoc on a small French province during the 1700s in a series of vicious attacks that would be some of the deadliest attributed to an animal in that area. The first took place in 1764 when a young woman tending her cattle was attacked. Though the creature made several attempts on her life, it was driven away by her charges, and she reported that the animal had reddish fur, small ears, and a dog-like head. A few days later, a young girl by the name of Janae Boulet was killed by the beast, though all that was found was Janae's bonnet and clogs along with traces of blood. Her body was never recovered, likely eaten by the animal. Over the next several months, the beast attacked and killed repeatedly, almost always picking villagers off by themselves while they tended their daily chores around their homes and farms. It didn't take long before the villagers lashed out at local wolf packs in hopes of ending the devastation. But the creature seemed intelligent. It attacked lone villagers, almost always damaging the head and neck with an almost purposeful violence. This was where many began to suggest that the beast might not be a simple wolf, but rather a werewolf or a pack of rabid wolves. As summer faded into winter, the attacks became more frequent and far more vicious. King Louis XV was made aware after a group of his men survived an attack. He swore that the beast would be slain and sent a pair of professional wolf hunters to the province in 1765. The pair killed hundreds of wolves, but the attacks continued with no indication of slowing down, and the people of Gévaudan and the surrounding countryside were in full-blown panic. When the hunters were deemed incapable, the king sent his own master of the hunt, Monsieur Francois Antoine, who killed many wolves during his months-long expedition. In the autumn of 1765, Monsieur Antoine slew 3 massive grey wolves, one of which he claimed had to be the beast due to its sheer size. But a mere 3 months after the slaying, the beast's attacks resumed, and the fear returned to Gévaudan and the people of the town. For 2 years, the attacks continued, dozens of men, women, and children losing their lives to the beast, until local innkeeper Jean Chastel and over 300 townsfolk gathered to finally put an end to the beast's rampage. It is said that Chastel's silver bullet was what finally brought the beast down, and that the hide resisted all other forms of attack. Many claim that the wolf was far, far larger than any adult wolf, some even claiming that it was as big as a horse. Estimates place the wolf's kill count at 100 or more victims during the 3-year reign of terror. More than 2 centuries after the Beast of Gévaudan's reign of terror, another story emerged, this one less violent and taking place in America. The Beast of Bray Road was first sighted in Elkhorn, Wisconsin in 1936, but the sightings didn't permeate the media until the late 1990s. The beast is said to be bipedal, or at least prone to walking on its hind legs, and weighing upwards of 700 pounds and standing nearly 7 feet tall. Dorothy Gibson was driving down Bray Road when she felt her passenger side tires strike something as she looked down to change the station on her radio. Concerned that she had hit an animal, or worse, a child, given that it was Halloween night, She stopped the car and got out. She didn't see anything behind her car, not anything that she would have hit, and she started to look around the area when she spotted a massive hairy form racing on all fours toward her. She jumped back into her car and prepared to drive away when the beast lunged onto the trunk. It was raining and it wasn't able to hang on. Dorothy would later return to the site with the child she was taking to trick or treat. She spotted the creature again and sped away from the scene, and after relaying the tale to friends and neighbors, it brought other stories out of the woodwork. A decade prior, Lorraine and Drissy had been driving the same stretch of road as Dorothy Gibson. As she rounded a curve, she spotted what she thought was a large man kneeling by the roadside. Lorraine slowed down to get a better look, citing that the creature was large, brownish-gray, with pointed ears, a snout, and long teeth. Lorraine, who got a better look at the creature, said that the eyes glowed like an animal's eyes reflecting headlights, and it had a powerful chest and arms. She said that the beast was eating something with its palms held upward, kind of like a human, rather than the way a dog or bear would hold food with the palms facing each other. Further reports of missing chickens and other animals began to flood the town, and eventually several dead pets and other animals were found in a ditch in Elkhorn, including a dog with its heart removed. Many local farmers encountered the beast, giving similar but not matching descriptions. One stated that the creature had advanced toward him on all fours, but had not chased him. Another spotted the creature in his pasture, but once he followed it, it vanished into the tree line. One of the last reported sightings of the beast, and possibly the best full-body description of it, occurred in February 1992, when Tammy Bray spotted the creature crossing the road as she drove past. She slammed on the brakes and slid to a stop, and the beast stopped and looked at her, eyes glowing, before it continued across the lane and disappeared. She said that the beast had a powerful front and a sloping back, not unlike a hyena or a German shepherd in the hind end. The beast of Bray Road never attacked any human, unlike the beast of Gévaudan, but still terrified the local populations. But what was it? Many cite wolf hybrids and coyotes as the possible perpetrator behind these sightings in Wisconsin. Many even believe a bear, or, hilariously, a Bigfoot-like creature, perhaps even an alien. But the most common speculation is werewolves or a pack of werewolves. There were numerous different descriptions of fur color, rough size, and shape, though they all seem to match the same general proportions. So it points at there being more than one werewolf, if werewolves are the perpetrators. Though humans are particularly apt at seeing one thing when it's actually another. The phenomenon of pareidolia, for instance, where humans see human faces in mist and fog and trees, is, of course, a very excellent example of this. Humans tend to pick out familiarity in things they cannot explain. If for some reason it was a dog hybrid or a bear prone to walking on two legs, in the dark, a human might see a more wolfish appearance in a bear. If a human were to see a wolf hybrid, a coyote, or something of the sort walking on its hind legs for an extended period of time and they can't make sense of it, they might describe certain humanistic qualities to the beast. Occurring in the darkness, these sightings are hard to quantify and qualify as something realistic. And today, sightings of the beast continue, though they do not reach this peak of several sightings reported very quickly. And we have to remember that Dorothy Gibson's story was what brought the rest of these stories and sightings out into the open to be reported. And unfortunately, humans are creatures of mimicry and habit. If they see one person getting attention for a story, a human being might decide to fabricate a story of their own. Though Dorothy Gibson might have actually seen something strange that day, it's hard to say what she saw and if the rest of these stories were accurate. Thanks for listening to NormanRebates today. If you want to see more haunting content, hit that subscribe and like, comment, and share. Also, let me know if you guys believe in werewolves in the comments down below, or tell me your favorite werewolf movies or books. Let me know other mysteries you guys think I should cover and any other ideas for future content. I really would like to talk about more horror movies, and I might start reviewing horror novels or creepypastas or scary stories on the internet, and pulling a sort of scare theater-esque situation of trying to provide a little bit of realistic explanation to these stories. I mean, we all know that creepypastas aren't real, but some creepypastas get circulated as truth, and I'd like to look into those a little bit and kind of discuss why they're not true. But thanks for stopping by, thanks for listening. Remember, you can subscribe for more haunting content. Thanks, love you lots, peace.